So hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video I'm gonna really pumped up to show you how the role management and how to assign permission to user and to manage the role-based authentication and role-based route guard and route protection. Like in the admin dashboard, on the admin can redirect us to this page, a normal user can't, and you have to be authenticated and you have to do a lot of stuff. And for the update page, you need to also do a route guard so that not every people can get inside this update page on the admin, and if the user has some permissions they can go there. So and from the admin panel I also used an admin table. From here I have just shown all the user and assigned some user role and permissions. As you can see, I have assigned some permissions inside this form from the admin panel so that user can perform some operation like update, edit and add. Okay, so even the normal user can do some admin operations. Okay, some features of these applications. So let me show you all of this stuff in the real time. Suppose we have the blogs. Suppose in the home page currently I'm logged in as Adip, who is actually the admin. Okay, so that's why I can go, I can just click on this create blog. I can create something. I can go to admin dashboard and click on admin dashboard, as you can see. So one thing is that if you didn't watch my previous video where I talked about the all the videos like this nextjs complete course, this is very important to understand everything on the nextjs. And then in the part 2 where I talked about how to understand the architecture, how to manage the server side component, client side component, and build our common module. Then we have worked on the session and token management and authentication and some route protections. So I have already given you all the code here, all the thing that I'm going to do here. Just watch the demo. Normal user, this is a normal user, but he can do some function which is edit block, but he can't add. So let's test this out. Authenticate this user, and I'm just logged in. Now if I go to the blogs page, if I just click on this and see, I can update this blog and I can add some comment as well, and I can update this blog. If I just click on update, and as you can see I have the opportunity to update this blog, and I can easily do this. Suppose if I write R and in front of, so that I can identify I updated this thing. So as we click on this, and as you can see R, we can update all the features of this blog. And if I just go into add blog feature, I can go there because I'm not authorized to do this. So but if I log out and log in as admin and give some permissions to other user, like if I go to admin dashboard and this test user, now I'm gonna assign some permissions to it, like create some blog and assign this thing. As you can see, it is added, create blog. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna log into test user. Okay, so log into test user and test. As I'm logging as admin, I can see all the features, but normal user won't see this. And if I go to test, because I have protected this from the route page as well as the controller on the backend functionality as well, I have protected this. Okay, I have protected this thing from every single place. Now I am logged in as test user. I can see all the blogs informations. I can go to detail page. I can add some comment, but I can't update it. If I click on this, I can't do this because I don't have this permissions. You cannot edit, as you can see, because I don't have the permission. I have only the create blog permissions. Now I can only create something like blog/add blog. I can create something. If I just click on this, if I just test this with this, and as you can see new blog is added. And I have also added a feature called toast on the nextjs, which is a little bit of different compared to the React, but it's almost the same thing. You can show the toast message after certain operation is done. As you can see, we have the new options, and this is, I have created a new blog, so it is working really fine, all this stuff. But I can go inside the admin page. If I go to try to go into the admin dashboard, I can't do that, and even I cannot go inside this update page as well. It is prohibited for me. Beautiful this can be. And if I go there and if I just add a comment, superb blog post, add a comment, as you can see we have a new comment added. And if I created this comment, I can only delete this thing, otherwise you can't delete this thing. If I just click on this delete, it will show a pop-up, and as you can see we have deleted the comment. Beautiful. But I cannot delete others comment, like this is the comment created by other user, so you can do this. but as this comment is created by me, test user, I can delete this, but I cannot delete others comment. This is also a really protected system. I have protected the comment module, the blog module, and all the route and all the pages. As you can see, I have done this for all of the pages, like update page, only admin and the people who have the permission can access this thing, and only admin can access this admin table. So I have just protected all the pages, all the components, all the beautiful stuff is there. Just watch this video and you're gonna learn a lot of stuff, lot of awesome beautiful stuff that will make sure you become an advanced learner and advanced web developer. And this is the modern way how to build all this modern application. So let's jump into the video and show you all the beautiful stuff here. So as you have seen previously, we talked about the authentication and authorization for a little bit, but now I'm going to elaborate it and add a permissions feature for the particular user, as you have seen in the demo previously. And now I'm going to do the same kind of feature and show you how I have made this. Okay, so first I need to solve some problem. So npm run dev. Let me show you what's the problem, and before that let me show you the Prisma schema. So previously what the problem was, in the blog I didn't have any author ID and author, and now as I have the user model that is connected with the blog, because each user will add something into the blog, so this relation is super important. We have the author ID in our blog schema. But now inside the MongoDB database, if I go into MongoDB Compass, we don't have this author ID, so we need to add this thing, otherwise we'll have an error. Okay, so let's do this and let's connect it and see what's the problem. As we have seen, we have the blog, but we don't have any author ID. As you can see, we don't have any author ID. We have just hard-coded author that I didn't update it. But now we have to add the author ID because now we have an authenticated user. So if I just log in, we can log in very easily. Okay, and this is the user as logged in. And as this is an admin user, we can go to create blogs and you can do this. We can update something, like if I go to blog/update blog, as you can see, we can easily update it. So we can add it, we can update it, we can do a lot of stuff. But the problem arises, in the prisma.blog.find menu, we don't have something like author ID. We don't have this thing as same as the database, so we need to create this one. So if I just add this thing here, add document, or here you need to add this thing in the edit document. So let me show you author ID. So we need to add this author ID in the author. After the description, after this field, add field after description. Okay, we're gonna name this thing author ID, and this should be an object ID. So how can we get this author ID? So let me go to user and collect this ID. We need to go to the user model for that, and I need to collect this ID. Collect this ID, and we have different kinds of user. We need to collect all of this thing one by one, and just copy this thing and go inside there and edit this thing. And after description, we need to add field called author ID, and here to paste this. Okay, now just update it, and you can just give any name, whatever it is. This looks really awesome. Now we have to do this for all of this stuff. As you have seen, this is my blog. This is the blog that I created, and the author is 48, and the last two digits we have 48. So I have this author created these two blocks. Then we have another user, which is another different kind of ID, and the last two digit is 30, which is created by this user, this ria@gmail.com. But the first two blocks is created by me. I have just added a new field, so I need to modify this as well. But when you create a new blog, it would be really awesome. It would be generated automatically. You don't need to hard code this in your backend. Okay, so we're gonna do all this beautiful stuff. Now if I just refresh this and read on our server, npm run dev, as you can see, it works really fine, and it is also responsive. Let me check. Yeah, it is working really fine. And I'm logged in as admin, so I can see all this stuff. As you can see, currently I'm logged in as admin, and as you can see, these are all the informations in the session. So in the previous video, I just created this create blog, and I just managed the role because only admin can see this link. Okay, so I have done all of this stuff in the nav. If I just show you in the nav bar, I have managed use session. This is the client side session that is coming from the next-Auth React, as you can see. Or if the role is session.user.role is admin, then only I can see this create blog. So I have done all of this stuff in the beginning. And if I go to the page where I have rendered all the blogs, okay, from the MongoDB database, as you can see, I don't need to protect this page because everyone can see all this blog. Now our main feature. Now we're gonna really deep dive and work on our main core feature. And if I go to add blog now, we need to fix something, actions, and we need to go inside add blog. Okay, now we get the image, title, category, description, all of this thing. But now we need one more field, which is really important, which is author ID. And how are we gonna get this thing? We need to get the session. And as you can see, this is in action file. This should be use server, and you can only use server side code. Okay, like all the backend database, we fetch, add, put, request, delete request, all this thing, fetching blog, fetch single blog, add blog, all of this thing we handle inside actions. Okay. So now we need session, and here we're gonna access session to get the current logged in user info. Who is actually currently logged in? We need to get his session or information. So we can do this using a server side session, and we can write session is equals to await and get server session that is coming from the next-Auth, and here to pass auth options. Auth options, we already talked about it in the previous video as well. Very important. And auth option is actually configuration of the next-Auth. And if we go to the add blog, and if we go to the page, as you can see, add blog, this is also asynchronous. This is also server side page, add blog, but we have already protected it. If you are not an admin, then you redirect it to the home page. You can't get inside this. We already protected this using the server side session. We already done this in the previous video. Nothing new here. Okay, so we now get this thing, and if I just write this session in the session.user, now we can access all the user information. And in the user, we have the ID. Okay, session user ID. If I just go into the terminal, and as you can see, we get the session ID. We can get current logged in user. In the last two digits, we have the 48. And as you can see in the blog as well, in the author ID, we have the author ID, same author ID that we are logged in here. Okay, so it works really fine. It's nothing magical. This is a simple stuff. We just add the current author ID who is actually logged in. He is actually the author of this particular blog. He would be assigned, and you can pass a username or the author name here. Okay, author name. You can pass session.user.username. You can pass this kind of stuff. Okay, it's completely up to you, but I'm just keeping it simple. I'm just tracking using the author ID, and we need to add this thing for all of this stuff, like updating the blog. We need this stuff, so we can just copy this code. Okay, we can just copy this code and pass here session, and from the session you can get session dot, and here in the update as well, you can add this thing, data is equals to session dot user dot ID, who is actually current logged in. He can update. Okay, prisma.blog.update where this fields. Okay, so this is really awesome. And in the update blog as well, we're gonna protect this page as well, because not every people can do this. And add comment to blog as well. You can add this thing, add comment, and in the comment, let me just check the schema. And if I go to comment schema, we also need author ID here, also need that. So we need to change it to every single places. and we're going to create a comment based on this data and which blog ID. I'm just adding this here. And first is the author ID, which we're going to get from the session.user.id. And how we're going to get the session? Same procedure, just copy this stuff, just get the session and add inside. We're going to manage the session and pass this thing. Then we're going to put the data inside the DB. Skills are really important for the comment. We need the actual comment of the data that user clicked on or typed on, which comment they want to add, and which blog they are commenting on, and who is actually commenting. He is actually the author of this comment ID, because we want to keep track of this thing. So these are important. So our add comment is done, our update is almost done, but we have to do some work here. And in the fetch comment, we don't need to work on this. And for the delete comment, this is also really important, and we're gonna also work with this as well. And like only the author of this comment can delete it. Okay, no one else can delete it other than the author of this comment. Now we have the track. As you can see in the schema, we have the track who is actually the author of that comment. Okay, now we can also manage this stuff. If I go inside any blog, there is no comment left. If I go inside this blog, okay, or in the comment.find many, here we need to work on. We remove every comment. Okay, it would be better. Remove comment, remove, delete, and just delete every comment. Now it's clean, it should be better. Here I'm just commenting nice blog by admin, and I'm just keeping track it by who is actually commenting. We can add this comment. Nice. And we have a delete button. We need to fix the UI a little bit. And if I go to comment listing and comment item, and here we can have a delete feature. Just fix the UI a little bit. I'm just adding a new color called purple, and as you can see, it's working. Just I'm not a good UI designer, but you just look at it. You can implement it later. I can see this comment. We just add one more comment. Wow, super blog. Okay, add one more comment. As you can see, it is also just organizing which is the latest comment is on the top. It is really awesome. And as you can see, it is real. I can see the delete feature. Okay, I can see the delete button. But if I log in another user, so if I just log out, if I go to home page, I can log out. And now if I log in as test user, okay, I'm logged in now as test user. If I see the log, yes, I'm logged in as test user. Now if I go to /blogs and just go inside here, and as you can see, still I can delete this. It shouldn't be like that. If I click on this, as you can see, we have the pop-up to delete it, but I shouldn't see this delete button because I'm not the author of this comment. I didn't comment on this blog. Okay, it's another user's comment. It is not mine. So how can I do this? So you have to just delete. We have to just add a feature in the comment item where we have the button delete. We need to fix this stuff. So for that, I need to get the session. Okay, const session is equals to use session. That is coming from the next-Auth, and this is client side, and there is no async. As you can see, this is use client. You cannot use async function get server session. You cannot use this thing. This is a client side session management, and you have to use this thing. So you can see this button only if the session dot data. If you use this client side session management, if the data is inside session dot data, and then you're gonna get the user. If the session.data.user session.user.id is equals to author ID, we should import it from here. author ID from the comment, because in the comment model we have the author ID. We can import it. We can import the text, which blog I have commented, and the author ID. So if the author ID, the logic is, if you are currently logged in as user ID, whichever user can be, like this is your user ID, and this is same as who is actually commenting, okay, then you can do this. As you can see, this is the ID of the current logged in user. So if I just go inside the user, as you can see, we have the test user whose ID is 4B, okay. And if I go to comment, and as you can see, we author ID, we don't have any author ID who is 4B. We have 48, not 4B, so it is not masked. So it is not masked. We can't show the delete button for him, okay. So if the author ID of the comment is same as who is actually currently logged in, if the ID masked, then only you can see this delete button, otherwise you can't see the delete button. Now if I just so we have one more error, which is author ID, okay, now it's working. This is the author ID who is actually this blog and this comment belongs to. This is the user who is actually belonging to this blog. Now as you can see, if you are not the commenter, you didn't comment on this blog, so you can see this. But if I comment it, commenting from test user, now it's my comment. I'm logged in as test user, only I can comment. As you can see, I can delete this. Now if I just, we need to protect this as well from our actions. So the comment features, this is really important. We need to do this for all other stuff, so that's why I'm just showing it to you. So const session is equals to await get server session, and we need to pass the auth options as a configuration, because this is server side sessions. You need to pass this thing. This is really important. And we need to check if the session dot user dot id, okay, that if it is matched with the comment dot author ID. So how can we find the comment? So for that, comment of author ID, we need to find this author ID of that particular comment user. We need to just await Prisma dot comment. We need to find the comment, and we have the ID dot find first, okay, where we need to pass the ID, the comment ID is equals to comment ID, okay, that we have passed in from our function delete comment. So we are getting this comment, which comment we want to delete, and after that we need to get the comment. I'm just naming is comment data, it would be better. Now we can find it. Now comment data dot author ID, we can easily access this, which actually who have actually commented. We can get the author of that comment easily. Now we can find this if it matched with comment data dot author ID. If it is matched, this is actually to track who is actually the author of that comment, and if it matched with the session user ID, okay, then we can only remove this comment. This is really important, guys, okay. This is really important, otherwise you can't remove it. If I just write else, if I just console.log to show you, you are not authorized to delete this comment. Beautiful. So you have to protect the route, you have to protect the functions which is actually deleting this. So everything is needed for your security, for protection, all of this beautiful stuff. So if I just remove the, if I just show you, if I just click on this, yeah, it is removed. It is completely removed, but I can't even access this delete button for this because this is not mine. This is from test user comment. So let me just log in to another user and log out, and log in as my account, which is actually the admin. And if I go inside the blog and go inside any blogs, and here I can see I can delete my own comment. And as you can see, I can delete my own comment, but I can't delete others' comment. So how beautiful is that? You can't even do this. You can't even delete this. So if I really want to show you the you are not authorized, then you need to go to the comment item. This is actually the comment item, and just remove this thing for 1 second. Otherwise you won't see this button. So that's really important. So this is from the test user, but now currently I'm logged in as my account, not a test user, so I shouldn't be able to delete this thing. Even if you see this, if I just click on this, you can delete. As you can see, it is not deleted. So why it is not deleted? So if I just show you why it is like that, it says you are not authorized to delete this comment because I have protected this in the main server file, which is action.js, where I managed all our business logic in the backend that interacts with our database. Okay, I have managed it using the this logic. If the session.user.id is equals to comment data.user id, then if you are just author of that comment, then only you can remove this thing. So if you, even though you see this button UI component, you can delete this. You cannot delete others' comment. Okay, so now I just need to add this thing again. I'll just paste this out, and if I just show you, just this out, now it's better. Now you don't see this comment, and that is based on other user comment. You can't even see the UI of the delete button. So this is protected from the UI, from the backend, from the server, every single places this is deleted. So all of this stuff is working really nice. We have protected our backend, we have protected our UI from based on this different kind of role, different kind of management. We can do this. So we need to work on this update blog as well and the add blog as well. Normal user can't add a blog, so you need to be an admin. So only admin can add blog. Okay, so we need to check this out. So if session dot user dot role is equals to admin, if you are admin, only you can add this thing. So we need to push every single code and add this thing and revalidate it. Okay, you need to push every single code inside session. So if we are just checking, only admin can add blog. This is really important. Then we are checking if his role is actually admin, then he can push all of this data. So this is so vital, and then you can revalidate, redirect, whatever you want, you can do this stuff. So even now, if you are logged in as other user, you can see the create blog, this navigation link, because this is also protected. And even if you go there, you can't do this stuff. Now we need to protect this page, add blog page. If I just log in into blog/add blog, so let me check. Yes, I can go there because I am an admin. We need to protect this page as well. So in the add blog page, if I go to blogs, add blog here, if you are not an admin, you can't redirect to this page. You already did that as well. Now I am logged in, that's why I can do this stuff. Okay, so that's beautiful. We already protected that as well. So this is protected. Now we can also just comment all of this thing stuff. And for updating the blog as well, you need to be an admin. Okay, just remove this thing. You need to be an admin in order to update this blog. Okay, that was beautiful. Now here we're gonna do our magical stuff, which is the role permissions features, and I'm gonna assign a user who would be able to create it or update the blog, whatever you like. Okay, we have different kind of user. We have the editor, user, and admin. So we're gonna give all the power to the user so that he can do some stuff. Okay, app directory, you need to create a folder called admin. Only admin can access this thing. I can just build dashboard, admin dashboard, and here I'm going to create page.jsx. so this is an admin page. Okay, admin dashboard, and we need to make sure we just design it a little bit. Okay, and this should be a server component. Okay, because we want to fetch some data to the user, so we need to fetch some data. For that, you can directly fetch all the user here, but I'm just keeping it in a separate file. So here I'm gonna fetch all this user, fetch users. I can use this fetch comments and use this thing. We just fetch all the users. Okay, we're gonna fetch all the users. Here it should be, we're gonna return all those users, and we need to go inside user. So we are just getting all the users which authenticated. We have only 3 different kind of user. We are just fetching all of this thing. We don't need any of this stuff, and we're gonna take only 5 users. This take is for limiting the users. If you have thousands of users, you can take only 5, or it's up to you. You can add a pagination feature here as well. So basically we're just fetching all the users from our database here. Now we just go inside our page, and for that it should be async, because we are asynchronously fetching. So const is equals to await fetch users. Okay, that is coming from the actions, and you can console.log users. Side admin dashboard page, and here now I think I should be able to see all the users. As you can see, now we have all the users. As you can see, we have 3 different kind of users. Got all our data here. Now we got all of the user. Now we just need to map this thing. We just need to pass all of our data. So here inside the div, in the class, I need to use margin top of 5, justify center to center everything, and items start and flex. Okay, and here I'm gonna put users dot length is greater than 0. Okay, and then I'm gonna return all of this thing. We're gonna create an admin component. In the component, it should be new folder, admin related components, and here I'm gonna create admin table. This is just a table. This will contain some information. Okay, and you can make this one component because we will have some actions from it, and we're gonna get all the users as a props here. So here in the admin table that we have just created, we need to pass all the users that we got from our database. Okay, and in the admin table, we got all the users, and we have the UI. So these are the UI that we need to just copy and paste it. Beautiful. Now we got all the users from our admin page. This is our admin dashboard. This is our main server set page, and we're just passing all the users to the admin table as a props. And here we just collected this admin table, collected all the users, and I have just rendered all the users and email, role, permissions, all this stuff, and 2 edit and delete buttons. Beautiful. But we have the email, role, and permissions. Okay, email, role, permissions. These are the 3 important fields that we have. If I just show you, we have to import buttons, and let import button from app UI button. One is the delete button, one is, now it looks better. Just forget about that. This is something, just make sure it's purple delete button. Now it looks better. One is delete and one is edit. And I think I need to add a simple margin mx2. Okay, now it looks much better. Now this is the thing that we just rendered. We got the username of the, we got the email, we got the role. Okay, we have two different user, we have the admin, and now we need to set all the permissions. Whenever you assign some permission, it will show us in the permissions. Now this is our main thing. Now we need to focus on our permissions and assign permission feature. So in the permissions, we need to update users data. So here, if I go inside Prisma, here in the user, we have the permissions. Now we need to inject the user role, like he can edit block or delete block or add block. We can assign permissions here. Now let's work on the edit. So if you understand one thing, you can implement it onto different kind of projects here. This is very simple. So here we need a form, and I also have this form. Okay, you can just copy this form and paste this stuff here. Beautiful. Here in the form, this is a simple text field, and with the name of assign permission, permission name or permission name. So this would be really nice name, permission name, and some design name, and just placeholder, and a simple button that said assign permissions, or I think I should make it green. So let me show you this form. This form is really important because we're going to use form actions. That's why we need to get this data from our form and the button, and this is a submit button. If I just click on this is a submit button. Okay, so when I just add some data and click on submit button, it will trigger the form action that will do some work for us. As you can see, we have the form, we can write something here, and we have a button that we can assign now. So let me change the button color to 200. I think it will look better. Yes, this is an assign button. And if I go to admin table, and this is the button that will trigger the functionality to change the role or assign some permissions to the user. And we need to have an action, form action, that will handle this function, handle assign permission. So this function will handle all the assign, handle permission. And when you click on this button, and you're gonna take all the information from this input field. Okay, so that's really awesome. And we need to create a function, const this function, and this should be async function. I'm gonna tell you why it's async function and why it's so important, and it will gonna take some form data. Okay, it will take some form data, and it will call some logic. It will call logic to assign permission to the user. So we need to build this function. And if we go to the actions, so one more thing is really important. If you use like API, then if you use different kind of thing, like res is equals to await, and you're gonna fetch the API. Okay, and here you're gonna use some like something like that, and you're gonna just use method type of post. Okay, post, and here you should be passed stringify all of the thing, like whatever you want to do. Okay, so if you use API, you'll just pass all the data like this, like admin / user / ID, like user ID. You need to pass some user ID who you want to assign some role, and assign some role, and you will do all of this stuff. If you want to do this stuff, you need to work with our API routes. If you wish to go into API and create a, here you need to create a folder called users, and you can manage all of this stuff. Now it's not needed. So if I go to actions.js file, and here we're gonna do all of this stuff, and handle assign. You can, I think you should copy the update block. So this is really important. So assign user to a particular role from admin panel. So here from the admin panel, we are just assigning some role. We can copy the update block, and here I just write assign permission, assign some permission. and from the admin, definitely from admin, we need to pass the form data and user ID. This user ID is super important because you need to just specifically just identify which user you want to give some permission. Okay, so this is really important, and you don't need to collect anything. You just need only one thing, which is assign name or a role name. Okay, and this should be assign name, and this should be same as this field. In the form, we should have a name called permission name. You can keep the same name here, permission name as permission name. Beautiful. You just need this from your form data and the user ID, and then you can manage all of this thing very easily. You need to check if he's admin or not, otherwise you can't assign this. You need to be an admin user in order to get inside this page, so you have to check this out. Assigned user is equal to prisma.user. You need to go inside user. You need to update the user because the user is already there. You just need to assign some information, assign permissions, and it will be added here. As I'm admin, I can't do it for myself, but I need to assign some permission inside this user. Okay, here we need to put some data. So in the assigned user, in the user.update, we need to push some data. Let me delete everything. We need to find the user who I want to assign some role. We need to find the user, so we need to find the user with the user ID. We just updated the user with the user ID, and we need to pass some data. And here, what we are interested in, we are interested in permissions. In the permissions, you can use push as an array. Yeah, because this is an array, you need to push some string, and this should be the string that we passed from our permission name, like edit, delete, modify, anything. This should be pushed inside this permissions array. As you can see, this permissions takes an array. I also just show you this in the schema. This permissions is an string array, so this is so much vital for you. This is the property of string array, and in the string array you need to push some data. Which data? That the user passed, like permission name from the form data, as you can see. And we are also updating the user as well. So assigned user, and here we are just assign some permission to user by admin. So I'm just giving all those students role, how we can do this stuff. And after that, we should go inside blog slash into admin slash dashboard, and redirect to admin slash dashboard. Same. Okay, so in our function creation is done. In the assign permission, we need only two parameters, user ID and the form data. So now if I go to the function, here we need user ID. And how can we get this user ID? Const user ID, we need to use form data here, because if I go to users.map, here we can easily access. So for that, I need to use input type hidden, and assign, and we need to give it a name like user ID, and here we can easily get user.id. Okay, you need to pass user.id, and using this you can collect this information. So this is the value we need, user ID. From our input type form hidden, we can collect this thing, and with this name. So this name is super important. So const user ID is equals to form data dot get user ID, and using this username ID, we are getting the user ID. Now we can call await assign permission. This function we already created, and it takes two parameters, the user ID and the form data, and we already got it, user ID, using the input type hidden. This is the way we can do this if you want to work with the this form actions. But if you use API, you don't need this. Okay, you just call our API and pass some data, pass some form, and the backend will handle all of this stuff. Just pass this form data. Okay, form data.get user ID and pass this user ID, which user I want to do all of this stuff, and add a toast message that it worked just fine. At this moment I'm just using console.log assigning permissions done, so that you can actually check this out. To assign a permission, so in the riyadh@gmail.com. So before that I want to show you in the action.js file, this assign permission function, you can build all of this stuff in like API routes. So you need to create all those things like in the register, in the API routes, in the auth we have the register, in the route.js I built all this functionality. As you can see, this is also the same backend, same type of logics. You return response and status code, all of this stuff, and you can do all the logic here as well. And in case of post, it should be put request, and you can do all of this stuff. But when you want to work with this next.js API route, when you really focus on this API, but now we are just focusing on this action.js, so that's why I'm writing it this way. So if everything was fine, we should redirect to the admin/dashboard page and add this permission as well. And we need to add a new role called edit_blog. He can edit the blog. So if I just click on assign, as you can see, it works just fine, but I just want to just remove this thing. So for that, if you want to go to the admin blog, const ref is equals to use ref. So this is really important if you want to just clean this form after certain operation is done. Here, after it is done, ref dot current dot reset, and after that we need to add this ref inside here. In the form we need to attach the reference. So now if I just refresh it, as you can see we have no permission. Now I'm adding a permission from our admin panel and assigning some permissions inside this user, and now you will see the permissions here. If I assign some permissions to this user, as you can see, it is now cleaned because I have used the use ref, and the permissions is added for this particular user. Now you see, if I refresh everything, this riyadh@gmail.com username Riyadh, and you can see we have the permissions to edit the blog. He can now edit the blog, but not this user. I didn't add any permission to this user. Now if I log in as this user should be able to edit this blog. Okay, if I just go into the home page and log out and log in as this user, and I shouldn't be able to go inside admin. Okay, I need to just protect this page as well. Just what I want to show you guys, as you can see now I'm just logged in as riyadh@gmail.com, and I'm just normal user, but I have this permission like edit blog. In the permission sessions I have already added this, so now I can do some awesome stuff. Now before that, I need to fix this. I should not be able to just go inside this page. We need to protect this route by any means. Admin table, if I go inside admin pages, we must protect this page. So const session is equals to await get server session. Okay, I'm going to pass auth options, and if the session dot user dot role is not admin, if the user is not admin, we need to redirect the user, and it should be coming from the next navigation, and we should redirect to the home page. Okay, if the user is not admin, you shouldn't be able to check this out. Okay, session.user.role is not admin, you just need to redirect. So now as I'm not admin, I shouldn't be able to go inside this page. Now this page is protected. Beautiful. So it's awesome. And also you need to be logged in. Okay, you need to be logged in, otherwise you can see this page. And redirect to auth/login page. If we just edit this blog, just copy this ID /update blog/ID. Yeah, I can go there, but I need to protect it. I need to protect this update page as well. And if we go to blog and update blog, and I need to protect these things, like similar to this. I can copy this thing and paste this stuff and get server session, and we need to pass the auth options. Beautiful. And we should be able to log in as admin if I want to see this page. And I also added this thing as well in the update page. This is actually the update page. Now the redirect is not defined. We need to import the redirect, and it should be coming from the next navigation. I have the permission. I can see this page or routes. We have to check this. If sessions dot user dot permissions, if session dot user dot permissions, we are accessing this thing, this permissions field of the user permissions. We have a function called includes. Okay, this is string function, and it checks if something is there. If this edit blog string, if this edit blog string is existed on this user permissions array. If this string is permissions is this array, you can see this. If I just go inside this JS string includes method, if I go to W3 schools, and this is includes method. Suppose we have a long string here. If I just want to check if this text includes this word, then it will say true or false. If it is exist in this string list, if the text is like word is included in this text list, if it is matched, then it says yes, otherwise no. You can also do this using the match, like match something. You have a string, if you want to text.match, if you want to match like AIN, if it is available in this string list, then it is true or false based on it. If it is there, it is true. If it is not there, it is false. Now, like similar way, this includes check if the permissions list has this string called edit block. As we have seen, we have this string available in our permissions list. Okay, in this permissions array, we have this edit block. Now, if you have this thing, you can do the system, but we want to do the opposite. If this user doesn't have this permission edit block, then you can't do this. Then also this should be redirect. Okay, and you can just console .log. You cannot edit. Okay, you can just, and I should be able to see the page called update blog user dot permissions. Now let me sure I do everything right. Okay, the update blog, this should be the permissions that includes. So what I can do here, const check permissions, is going to put this data, and also we need to check the admin check session.user.role is equals to admin. Then also you can see this page. So now we are just checking the permission first and the admin check. So if it is not admin, first we are checking admin, and you don't have the permission, then you cannot edit, and you will redirect to this page. So I don't think you need that, because we already checked for the admin. Because if you really want to go to the update page, you should be able to be logged in as admin, or you should have this permission like edit block permission, then you can redirect it, otherwise it will redirect to the home page. Okay, so let's test it. Go inside this page, and if I click on update blog, as you can see, now we can see this thing. If you are not admin, or if you are not admin and if you don't have permission, it is just checking for the permission. If your permission list include edit block, and then also you can check this page, or if you have the login as admin, in both the cases you can see this page. You don't have the permission, you are not admin, you shouldn't be able to see this update page, this update form. Okay, this is not for you. If I just log in as admin, so let me check if this condition works or not. If I just log in, okay, now if I go inside the blogs, if I want to update this page, if I click on this, yeah, I can update this page. Another user like test, who doesn't have any role or anything, if I log in as test user, then I shouldn't be able to go inside this update page. If I click on this update page, as you can see, I can't go there. I can't go there. See the log, you can't edit. As you can see, it is just checking, you can't edit. Now we should also check the functions as well. Using the same logic, you need to just protect the actions page as well. Here in the assign permissions, you don't need to check this. This is done. What you need to check is like update block here. Now this edit block feature, this should be done by normal user and the admin. As you can see, admin can do this. Or here you're gonna check here session dot user dot permissions dot includes edit blog. If the permissions include edit blog, if this matches, or if the user is admin, if any of the cases matches, you can update the blog feature. Okay, so it should work just fine. But now when you are just logged in as riyadh@gmail.com, now this guy can do this stuff because he has the permissions. Now if I go to update something, now if I want to change something like web development to nextjs development, and this is done by Riyadh, and we're just gonna do this later. Nextjs development and update it. Invocation, what's the issue there? Author ID session.user.id. Okay, I think this should be the issue. You should have an author ID. So now let me do this, and this is done by Riyadh and web development framework, and let me update this thing. If I go, as you can see, now it is working just fine. Web development framework and by Riyadh, and this guy can update this thing. So how beautiful is that? And now he has the ability to do this stuff. If I didn't add this stuff, he wouldn't be able to do this. If I just for the sake of understanding of yourself, I'm just doing it. Now you can't do this. Now you can do this because in the main functionality, I am just removing his role. He can only see the page. He can only see the update blog page. So if I go to update blog page, I can see the update blog page, but I can't update it. It won't work. It won't work. If I show you this thing, you will understand. Now it will not work. Like RRR. Okay, if I want to update something, as you can see, it's not redirecting. You can't do this. It's now, as you can see, it is not working. How many times if I click this, it will not work because you are not given that permissions. Okay, so if I want to show you this, console.log not possible. So if I just show you, update blog, and you see it says in the backend says not possible. So beautiful. You can just do this and send the response to the client as well using the next-Auth API route. You can just send response and show it into the toast message. It would be really awesome if you show this using the API, but I'm using the server side thing. It is really important. So here I'm just adding this function, this feature, like if the session user, this is the normal user, if he has the permission like edit blog, then he can edit this. Now if I just refresh it, and again if I just update it, now I can do this. As you can see, now I can update this. This is super awesome. Like now I can remove everything and just update this thing. Oh, beautiful. It is working really fine, because admin can only update this, and the user who had the permission to update, he can only update this. And login as admin. If I log in, and now I want to add, if I go to admin/dashboard page, and here in the test user I need to give him some permissions, like create blog. He can create something, okay, like create blog. Now he has the permissions here. As you can see in the test user, he can now create the blog. Beautiful. And now let's check if I just copy this thing and just log in as normal user and log in as test. So at this moment I can't add something, blog/add blog. I can't go inside this page at blog, so I should be able to give some permissions to the page. So in the add blog, I should be able to see this thing. Now if I just copy this thing in the update blog page, I should have all of this stuff inside this add blog page, and here I need to check. Okay, you need to check if this guy have the permission to create the blog. He can create it. First you need to check if he's admin. If he's admin, he can do any stuff, and then you need to check the permissions. If he is not admin, or he is not he doesn't have any permissions like create blog, then he can't create. Okay, but actually we have this permission because we already got it from our admin, that he can create something. As you can see, this normal test user can create. Now I think it will work. So this is an async comment. This is a server-side component at blog. I should be able to see this. So here blog/add blog. Now I can see this. As I'm a normal user, still I can do this because I have the permissions. I have the access to this page, but still I can't do anything here. So for that I need to go to actions page, and in the add blog, only admin can do this, but here I need to give some permissions, like here, like this thing. If I just go inside add blog, and I need to give him some permissions. If the session user permissions include create blog, just check if everything is right. Just copy this thing, and if the permissions list include create blog, and or the user is admin, then he can easily create this blog. Simple. And okay, now I have given him the permissions in the functions as well, in the backend, as well as the page as well. He's in the add blog page. I have also checked it out, and if he has the permission, he can see the page, and he can also add the blog. User, test user title, and you can give any image, any description, anything, like add blog Okay, list user title, signs, and the description and some images. Now this user have created something that's really beautiful. Now you can't use toast message here because this is not a client-side page. As you can see, you need to work with it a little bit, but he can create something, but he can't do edit. If I go to blog/edit something, he can't do this because he is not admitted to do this stuff. He is not allowed. So only one thing is left, just the beautiful stuff, which is the toast message. So if you want to use the toast message, it should be a little bit of different in the Next.js. If you use React Toastify, this is the library which is really popular and powerful. Just I want to install this thing first. So just install this npm React Toastify, and this, as you can see, it looks really awesome, really beautiful, and it's so famous. And if I go inside these documentations, you can easily use this stuff. If I just go inside documentations, what you just need a toast container, and from that is this should be imported from the React Toastify, and import some CSS. We just import all of this stuff and make our own component here, and then we just call it toast and put all the message, whatever message you want, and position in the top right. If you want to top right, you can add it, toast on the top right, on the top left, the different kind of way you can do this stuff. Okay, and it has the light mode, dark mode as well. It is so awesome. So it is installed, and here we need to make a component for this, otherwise it won't work. So that's the problem with the Next.js. Because you have server-side component, you have the client-side component, you can't directly do this here. After adding the block, you can't add this client-side toast message here. It's not possible, and you need to just build a lot of this stuff, like in the component, in the UI. You can add this into the UI, but in the component, I'm just making a new folder called toaster. And in the toaster, I'm just called it toast component .jsx. In the components, I have created another folder called toaster, called toast component, and this should be use client component, and we need to just copy this thing. There's 2 lines of code. Import toaster, don't import the toast. Import toast container from the Toastify and import the CSS, and we're gonna return the toast container. This is the thing we need, toast container, and we're gonna export default this toast component. Now I need to wrap this thing inside the layout.js file. We need to wrap everything. You can provide here. As you can see in the provider, we used it for the session management so that we can access the session to everywhere in the all the pages inside this Next.js application. So this children is actually all the admin page, all the components inside this wrapped around. We have the navbar, which is also on the top, as you can see, that can access this. But here you can just pass the toast container, or toast component that we have created. Now I have passed this inside this layout page. Now we can access this thing from anywhere also. We can just call the toast and you can access this thing. Now it is done. Or add a comment, you can see this. First we want to add this inside our add block page. In the add block page, we can't do this stuff, but if we go to add block form, after you add, as you can see, add block form is actually use client. Here we have used the form actions to put all of our data inside the add block form using the form data and using the form actions. We have done all of this awesome stuffs. But now here I can show the toast message. And to show the toast message, just import the toast from the Toastify. It has success message, it has info message, it has different kind of thing. Here you can see this stuff. You can copy one of this toast emitter and you can paste this. So after it is done, after you add a blog, you should see the toast, and it is added. New blog added. Okay, just remove everything. So in the toast, I want to show toast.success in the success message, which is actually a green color. I want to show new blog added, and we just write dark mode because we are using the dark theme. And these are the features like auto close after 5 seconds. I'm just using after 3 seconds you should hide. If you click on close on click, if you just click, it will just close. If you click on this thing, you can click to close or pause on hover, draggable, you can drag this thing, all of this stuff. So let me show you how it's working. So if I go into blog / add blog, okay, if we just create any blog here, as you can see, new blog added, and it's also added there. So beautiful. If you want to remove any comment, if you want to remove any comment here, you can do this. So for that, I need to copy everything, and after a certain comment, add this add comment form is actually inside the detail page, as you can see. That's why we are getting add comment form here. After add comment blog is added, I can just put this toast, and make sure you just import this thing. Beautiful. And now after you add a comment, you should see this stuff. This is so awesome. And if you add a new comment, awesome, you can see new it should be new comment added. Okay, great job, new comment added. Now if you want to delete this thing and add this thing, you can also do this. If we go to comment item, and after you delete this thing, okay, so we are just checking if you want to delete this thing. Okay, so this is really important, and then only we can delete this thing, and you can post this as well. So toast and new comment deleted, comment deleted, and make sure this is like error page on comment edits. I want to show you a different kind of thing, and if I want to remove this thing, yeah, comment deleted, and if I hold it, as you can see, it is stopped progressing. And if you can also drag this, if you drag this, it will remove. So these are all the property like hide progress bar, close on click, pause on hover is true. You can play with it, and you understand it's so simple. And you can also drag it, and you can change the theme of it. It will show you in a red color. That looks really awesome. And if I just click on this, yeah, comment deleted. So we have done tons of stuff and more awesome stuff and advanced stuff that the next developer, React developer, or any web developer should know, or any software engineer should know, how all of the thing is working on the back end and on the front end. How can you protect this thing and make it more secure and authorize your applications and build a complete high quality applications. So till then, take care, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video with more awesome and beautiful content like this in the near future. So till then, take care, bye bye.